All right, welcome back to another episode of the GR8 podcast. I'm really excited to get into the Super Bowl. Can you guys believe it? We've been covering the NFL all season. Pretty much, well, I've been doing the NFL weeklies until it got stale, and then I kind of covered like the Super Bowl preview, and then now we're here for the Super Bowl, and this is my Super Bowl sort of instant reaction. The Super Bowl happened last night. This is Monday now, and it's probably going to go up. This podcast episode probably going to go up on Wednesday. But nonetheless, I'm very excited to talk about the Super Bowl and my different takes, the different ideas, the different avenues that we can go down talking about this big game. Nonetheless, San Francisco, Kansas City, 49ers, Chiefs. Chiefs won 25-22. Really, really good game. It was a good game all around. It was a solid football game. You know, I feel like all throughout the season, to get fans into the NFL regular season, to get fans, like the average casual American, to get into these games, you want to see a lot of scoring, you want to see a lot of touchdowns, you want to see a lot of big plays. And obviously that's what happened with different teams like the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys. In this game, there wasn't a lot of huge, massive, big game-altering plays. And that's usually how Super Bowls are going the last couple of years, where there isn't a lot of really, really good offensive big plays. And I think that's like the first take that I have is really interesting. This sort of game, and usually Super Bowls, are not for the casual fan. They are not a whole lot of scoring. And this is where teams, people's favorite teams, people's best teams, people's, the worst teams, this is where things are shown. This is where a lot of light is shown on teams that are either good or not good. This game could have easily, 17-3 or something along those lines. I can't tell you how many Super Bowls there's been when only a team wouldn't even score in the Super Bowl. It's very interesting to see that this game actually ended a 22-25 Super Bowl, even going into overtime. And I guess that's the next thing that I want to pivot to, is that sure, this wasn't necessarily for the casual fan, but this is definitely for the not even the diehard, but the person that's been keeping up with the NFL all season. This is the perfect ending, right? This is the perfect ending. This is exactly what you want to see. Two of the best teams in the NFL going at it in the Super Bowl, and then it goes into overtime. What else could you ask for the NFL? Obviously, there's been rating issues. There's been, watching time issues. There's been, script issues. There's been a lot of there's been a weird, NFL season with the Chargers fake fan and the Taylor Swift sort of stuff, like trying to gain in popularity from any sort of group that they can possibly can, even having games down in Brazil, over in Germany, over in London. NFL is trying to get as many people to watch their product as possible. And then when it really comes down to it, in the Super Bowl, you have two of the best teams going into overtime and all the stories going into it. Patrick Mahomes, maybe the greatest quarterback of all time, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, one of the best Super Bowl achievers of all time, definitely chasing after Tom Brady's record and status. And then you have Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, coming from he's on his sophomore season. He's in his second season under a very experienced but not winning head coach, Kyle Shanahan, up against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, who's been winning Super Bowls for a long time. This game had so many stories coming into it that it almost makes you think, did all of the reaching out work? Did all the marketing for different countries work? Because when it really comes down to it, it's football. When it comes down to it, it's just good American football with two of the best teams playing, and it gets you ratings. And that's what happens. It gets you ratings. It gets you people that wouldn't already watch it to watch it. This was a very interesting Super Bowl, nonetheless, with everything coming into it off the field. Does that make sense? Now, let's talk about the stuff that's actually on the field. Patrick Mahomes played a pretty good game. He had a really awful interception. Not exactly what you want to see. And then I'm always going to be a Brock Purdy advocate because I think that he's not given as much thought, or he's overthought, I guess. People don't really think that he's a good quarterback, and there's people that you should be the MVP, and there's other sports broadcasters like, just relax, like just let him play football and things of that nature. I'm in that camp of just relax. He's an NFL quarterback. Sure, he's overachieving for his age, and maybe he's a system quarterback. Maybe it's just Kyle Shanahan in his offense. Maybe it's all of those things. Maybe he's just the weakest link on this really talented San Francisco 49ers roster. But maybe he's actually a good player. maybe that's the story here. Maybe he's actually a good player. I don't think we've ever stopped to wonder, man, is Brock Purdy in the top 5 quarterbacks right now in the NFL? Is he? Is he top 10? Is he top 15? Is he top 5? Is he top 3? We have to be honest with ourselves, because he's the quarterback that made it to the Super Bowl, right? He made it to the Super Bowl. Not Lamar Jackson, not Dak Prescott, not Aaron Rodgers, not Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo. He did. Brock Purdy did. Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the draft, did. He made it to the Super Bowl. Not everybody else. So it's not that insane to say. It's not that insane to think, should he be the NFL? If it should be the NFL MVP. If they won this game, should he be the Super Bowl MVP? And if so, what does that say about general managers? What does that say about draft picks? What does that say about talent? What does that say about developing players? What does that say? I think Brock Purdy played a really good game. I think that Patrick Mahomes obviously played a really good game. It's always these really good, talented clock management type IQs that win you football games. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have just perfected that idea. Kyle Shanahan has obviously perfected that idea, but Brock Purdy may have some, needing to go with that. Christian McCaffrey played a really good game. Brandon Ayuk, pretty good game. Mecole Hardman, pretty good game. Travis Kelce, really good game. It's all these, what could you want from a Super Bowl? This is everything that you could have asked for a Super Bowl. Everything. This is everything you could have asked for. Really exciting. It could have been boring. Sure, there could have been, at least in the first half, not a whole lot of big plays, not a whole lot of things going on. But the 49ers were leading going into the half, and now we go into overtime, and it's all these overtime rules, possessions and offense, if you score, if you kick it, all that kind of stuff. This is what you wanted, right? This is exactly what you wanted. I remember when the Chiefs and the 49ers won, and everybody thought, wow, we do not want the Super Bowl. We would rather see Ravens and Lions. We would rather see Ravens and 49ers. We would rather see Lions and Chiefs or something along those lines. No, this is exactly the product that the NFL wanted. This is exactly the product that the normal consumer, the normal NFL fan should have wanted. This is the two of the best teams, two very good offenses, two very good defenses, and when it came down to it, the better player won. Patrick Mahomes won. The better player and coach duo won. I remember watching this game, and I cannot stand it how defenses cannot stop the Kansas City Chiefs. How Patrick Mahomes always finds a way. There's always a way with him. There's always something that he does to change the outcome of the game based on the defense that they throw at him, right? So I can't give you specific examples. I can't give you specific scenarios, and I can't give you specific samples of where this sort of idea comes from. But I watched it in at least the final 2 offensive possessions by the Kansas City Chiefs. They're in position to win this game. They're in position to maybe get ahead, and they're down, okay? All the 49ers have to do on defense is stop them 3-4 times, okay? That's all they have to do, and yet they can't. I think that's the difference maker, and yet they cannot. They cannot do that. They have not been able to do that. They were not able to do that. Started off 1st and 10. Okay, get a run play. Okay, now it's 2nd and 8. Okay, 2nd and 8. They line it up, throws the ball. It's a screen pass. They get a couple yards. Now it's 3rd and 4. Okay, we got 3rd and short yardage. Okay. Play that play. That's a run play. They get stopped, but there's a holding call. Replay 3rd down, 3rd and 4. All right, now we're back. Now we're back to it. Now, Patrick Mahomes scrambles. This could be the time to stop him on 3rd down, and he gets a 1st down. Oh, would you look at that? Okay, now we got to reset. 1st down. Same sort of thing happens. He throws the ball. Maybe it's a lateral pass. Maybe it's a screen pass. Maybe it's, I don't know, whatever it could be. You get a pickup 12 yards or something along those lines. Okay, couldn't stop him. No, you really can't stop him, right? Okay, now it's second. Now it's 1st down again. 1st and 10. Run play. Okay, 2nd and 6. All right. Okay, this is the middle of the road. 2nd and 6. I can't tell you how many 2nd and 6s there's ever been in the NFL history. Okay. Run play. Okay, now it's 3rd and 2. Oh boy, now they're really close to getting that 1st down, but they can't. Hold on. Patrick Mahomes holds for a while. He gets sacked. Oh man, momentum is shifting. Here we go. Now it's 3rd and 6. Here we go. Or no, 4th and 6. They go for it on 4th down. Patrick Mahomes holds the ball, runs it, 1st down. Like this happens all the time. Obviously, that's not necessarily a play-by-play. It certainly sounded like one. It's certainly not perfect either. But I watched it throughout the entire game and throughout the entire season, especially during my Baltimore Ravens game. They just cannot stop them. Why can't you just have a spy on Patrick Mahomes making sure that he does not run on those specific plays? He always makes sure that he gets that 1st down. He always makes sure he gets that 1st down every single time. Even in that pinch, even in that hold, even in that bind, he always makes sure that 1st down is his. Even if it's a 3rd and 12, even if it's a 4 and 2, he makes sure that 1st down is his. And defenses cannot stop him. Defenses can't stop him. It's almost like the defenses forget that Patrick Mahomes can just run the ball whenever he wants. If he has an open lane, he's going to run it, slide, 1st down. Did the 49ers forget this? Obviously they didn't. I know that to be a fact. But when the game on the line, you have to make sure that Patrick Mahomes doesn't run the ball. When he's holding the ball for 5 seconds, looking for an open receiver, it's not working. Obviously he's put his legs to work. It doesn't make sense to me that they don't have a spy, they don't have a corner, they don't have a secondary ready to just tackle him whenever. Just maybe you don't even, maybe it's not a blitz, or maybe you play backyard football where you say 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and you just wait, and you're not getting blocked. Your main target is Patrick Mahomes, and make sure that he doesn't get that 1st down. Why hasn't anybody implemented that sort of idea yet? Why hasn't anybody implemented that sort of defensive set yet, where Patrick Mahomes, there is no way that he gets this 1st down? If Patrick Mahomes doesn't get a 1st down 3 times in this game, 49ers win. Easily. Now we'll go on to, let's pivot to our last thing here. This is very small. This is very short. This is very niche. This is a very football-related thing. So if I remember correctly, I remember going on overtime, right? San Francisco wins the coin toss. They get to choose if they would elect to receive the ball or give the ball to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, with these overtime rules, if you score, the other team gets the chance to get the ball back. If they do score, then the other team, the first possession team gets the ball back, and it goes back and forth, right? You can go to second overtime or whatever for that. Now, if the first team goes down and hits a field goal, then the second team has the ability to either you have to win, you have to get a touchdown. You have to get a touchdown. Or if you get stopped, game's over. Okay? Now, if the first team gets stopped and then the second team gets a turnover, boom, game over. So, Kyle Shanahan knows this. That's why he elected to get the ball first, because one, you let Patrick Mahomes march down the field, shave off as much time as possible, and give Brock Purdy 5 minutes to go down the field in the Super Bowl in overtime with a legacy-defining career, legacy-defining game here. You're not going to let that happen. You want to be in control of this game. Why would you let the game be out of control? You've been leading for most of it. And like the one time that you elect to give Patrick Mahomes the ball is probably going to be the time that they score, marching all the way down the field against your defense that clearly cannot stop him in that last example that I just gave you. Of course, you would elect to receive the ball first and then see what you can do with it. Brock Purdy has not been very good playing from behind. Why would you put him in a position to play from behind the very first possession he has in overtime? Why would you allow that to happen? Now, a lot of that is, he didn't believe in the Niners defense. I think he did. I think he believed in the offense and the defense. I believed he believed in the offense to march down the field and maybe get a touchdown. That's okay. They get a field goal out of it. Okay, well, good. We're set. They have to score a touchdown or get an interception just like he just did, right? It's possible. It's absolutely possible. Maybe do a trick play. Maybe do maybe you can break it up. Maybe if you run a blitz or something along those lines. Whatever you want to do here, it makes sense to elect to receive the ball first, especially in that sort of circumstance. I don't know if he's going to get killed. I don't think he's going to. I don't know. He's definitely going to be questioned. Kyle Shanahan's definitely going to be questioned for that kind of decision, but I think that's absolutely the right decision to elect to receive the ball. Now you have control in overtime. You can shave off as much time as possible. You can give Patrick Mahomes 5 minutes. You can give Patrick Mahomes 7 minutes. You can give Patrick Mahomes 2 minutes to get down the field. Granted, whatever time you gave Patrick Mahomes, you knew they were going to get down the field, right? Because you're already your defense is already lacking, not being able to stop them in the second half. Elect to receive the ball. Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? So that's my take on the Super Bowl. I think this is Super Bowl like 47 or something. It's LVII. LVIII. I don't know. I don't really know what that stands for. I think that's 43 or something. But thank you guys so much for listening, watching, having fun with me, talking about the Super Bowl in a Nate Hayden super in-depth analysis. I know that I'm not a big sports analyst, and I know that I'm not a big like football guy. I'm way into basketball, but I don't even know the offensive sets or defensive sets for basketball. I can just usually tell if a ball's going in or not when the player shoots it. That's as far as my knowledge goes, at least on screen, at least being a couple inches away from the TV. But that's kind of how it is for football, just a little bit less. I love watching football. I love watching my Ravens win, but I love watching the Super Bowl. I love watching these interesting teams go up against each other. Most talented team versus the most raw and experienced team. Very interesting game. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun watching it. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching, having fun with me, and I hope you guys had fun too. All right, see you guys later. Bye.